What's going on, my Litecoin family? Chris here. I want to bring you all an update today of Litecoin. Right now we're sitting at $48.53. We're up 8.5%. So that's looking good. And what we're doing here is testing a critical area that we tried to push up to about a week or so ago, and now you're seeing us attempt to get up there again, and that's at 49.29, this area right here. So we're going to zoom into all this, but we're going to be looking at trends today. I want to pay close attention to trends and how they change, and this is all on the 4-hour chart here. So what you can see here is after we had this climax, this was just a huge amount of selling. This was selling and buying taking place at the same time. So this was just complete capitulation while the big dogs were stepping in. You can see the volume here and buying down in these areas. And this was around that $35. And this happened on December, we'll call it, guys, pretty close to like December 19th, 18th, right in that range. That's when the trend started to change. And ever since then, we've been in a short-term uptrend. And what I want you to remember or study about is, if a trend typically makes it to about 4 weeks, a lot of the times it will want to continue in that direction. It doesn't always have to continue in that direction. And that's why we have this trend line down here. And that's going to show us our overall uptrend as this trend has changed. Okay, so that's very important for us. But what needs to happen now is for us to break this resistance. We don't want to have a lot of rejection here and show that the bulls couldn't push it up through that $50 mark, because that could show weakness and the bears jump in, and before you know it, we're down testing this trend line again, down around $40 pretty quick. So it's important for us to start getting up over top of this level, but this is what we're looking for, is the trend to change. But typically that 4 weeks or so, if you can make it to that point, the trend will want to continue. And guys, that's just in the stock market, and that's from the books that I read about technical analysis. Cryptocurrency is very different. There's a lot more manipulation because there's not as much regulation, and things can just get very aggressive to both the upside and the downside, and sometimes things can come out of nowhere. I mean, right now we could see Litecoin close to that $50 mark, and if we don't break it over this, we could drop $10 in the matter of a half an hour. You've seen it before. Or we could break through this overhead resistance here and start running up, you know, crazy fast as $64. And that's just what it is. We'd have this area of resistance over here where we had a lot of fight and chunk. But in terms of this drop happened very fast, and it was pretty significant. And a lot of times when you drop that fast, you can make it up on the backside. So if we do start breaking these areas and we get up above this and we do back test this $50, we would want to have support off that. Old resistance, you want to become new support. Once we find support, then you make that next leg up, and that's what it's all about. You can see here, guys, our high, higher low, higher high. Then we had one of these dumps, and this was just like that manipulation dump here, because this would have been your higher low typically, and then we had that higher high, higher low, and then hopefully that higher high is what we're looking for. But this can happen in cryptocurrency all the time. We're going to zoom in now, but if you see this, guys, typically this would be a higher low, and that's when you're looking for these trends. But this is what you have to be prepared for, and that's why you use stop losses. You have a plan, you understand your plan, you execute your plan. But you can see how these things move in a higher high and now higher low. And if we zoom back out, you'll see that we had lower highs and lower lows coming in. So that's the trend change. That's what you want to look for. But we need this to continue. And right now, on the 4-hour chart, we are having a lot of indecision right at this area. This is a long leg doji candle, so that's showing a lot of indecision. We've been down to around $47, and we've been up as high as $50 when we were testing this area up in here. So now this was a higher high than this area, so we're going to have to see if we come down in here somewhere, set a higher low, and then pop up. But that's what I'm looking for right there. Next, I wanted to throw on some indicators. And we're just going to see, I mean, this is a critical area for us here, guys. We haven't been up above, you know, $50 since November 22nd, 2019. That's significant that we break that psychological barrier of 50, and then we have to keep working, you know, up there on the chart until you start to get to 100, and then you have to try to break 100, those psychological levels that a lot of people will look at. So that's just something you want to read on and study about as well. So the RSI on the 4 hours at 66 right now, so it's not really in that overbought territory for crypto. I like to go as high as 80 because we get very overextended. So there definitely could be more room to run out of here. This could be just a slight little pause and then a pop out of there. So we're going to have to take a look at that. We're up above our 20 EMA. We're up above our 40 and our 50 on the 4 hours. So that's nice that you can see that trend is moving up. The river's trying to flow up, and that's what I want to pound into your guys' heads, to really look at these trends and how they change, because they can tell you so much about the market. So that's the RSI, and then I wanted to look at our stock. And guys, if you get some from these videos, like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Appreciate you all being here with me today. You know, I know not a lot of people watch Litecoin videos anymore, but I told you I'd be here, and you know, I like Litecoin. It was the first coin I ever bought, so I got a lot of love for it. And you know, if you guys like it too, smash that like button. So we had our climax of volume right up around this area. You know, that big stick of volume there. We had a stochastic cross to the upside, and we're at 66 and 37, so that definitely could be moving to the upside here. But we're just going to have to see if there's going to be some type of massive sell-off where we drop fast, or just where we consolidate a little bit before we make the next move, because that's what it's all about. The market has to breathe. So after a huge move, it will breathe for a while, then it'll make the next move. That's what happens a lot. I mean, you can see up here how we made a nice move, then the market was breathing, almost retraced everything, then it made that next push up. So that's what you want to look for. But that's what I'm seeing right now, guys. We just really need to break that $50 area. That's the main thing for me, and we really need to stay up above these moving averages right now. So I'd want us to stay up above $44 right now as of now. So if you guys get some from this, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I appreciate you all being here with me today. God bless you all, guys. Take care.